Turbo. Alex.
Yo, 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 yo.
Hey, yo, what's
Welcome to Turbo
happening?
Zone.
Yo, we out here. It's not just we out here. You out here in the Turbo Zone. So, what's really good with Wii U, Alex?
What's I don't know. You put me in a weird position here.
Yeah, I did, but roll with it and make the best of it.
What is really good with the Wii U?
That's the question.
Do you want like my opinion on the Wii U? Do you want like?
I want to know everything about the Wii U. What
Well,
is the Wii U? Who is Wii U?
who is this Wii U?
Who is this Wii?
Okay, so the Wii U, for those of you who don't know,
All right.
is Nintendo's current generation console. What generation is this? What generation are we in?
I think we're in 8, if I
8?
have done my math correct.
Yeah, that sounds correct.
All right.
Well, we'll go with 8. So
Okay.
eight generation console. And it is not an add-on to your Wii.
No.
It is indeed a totally different console.
Sure is.
That had poor marketing.
Terrible.
And some pretty lacking third-party support. But we're here to talk about it. So
Have you ever seen a commercial for a Wii U or Wii U game?
I did near launch, but I was online, so I don't really count that.
Yeah, that doesn't count, right?
Yeah, but I know, not really. Like, I've seen some commercials for some of the games. Like, just today, I was driving in my car and I heard a little ad for Mario Maker.
Nice.
But I've never heard anything about the console itself. I never heard, I never really seen anything where they've really been advertising it like that.
Yeah, it feels like it's falling under that real niche radar, and it seems like it's still trying to live up to some expectations of, big sales. Maybe not so much in this point of its lifespan, but early on, Nintendo had some ideas of what they wanted to do with it and what they expected from it. Do you think that's a bit overstated for the amount of work they really put into getting it out there?
I don't know. I feel like, I want to get back to the ad stuff. I feel like they didn't really try too hard to get it out there. I feel like they kind of were hoping that it would kind of just coast on the Wii success.
Right.
That they just say, "Oh, here's the Wii U," and everybody just be like, "Oh, we gotta get it because the Wii was fun, so here's the Wii U. That's gonna be fun, right?" But that's not what it did. That is not what happened.
So I think at this point in the lifespan, we can kind of safely assume that they're gonna let it go. And I'm sorry, I'm trying not to sing it. But it's up here.
Well, I mean, that's not a bad thing. Let's go ahead and talk about that. That's
right.
The fact that the Wii U is going to be gone in a few years.
Okay.
If that.
Yeah.
That's not a horrible thing because that's still about 5 years or so, 6 years.
Okay, but do you think that the current software library and lineup is enough to make this a console, like a full console? Does it feel full?
Does it feel full? You know what? I'm not sure. Because here's the problem with me answering that. The games that I've played from Nintendo have been really, really good.
Sure.
It's just everything around that I'm not really that sure about.
And do you even feel like there's been enough of that Nintendo stuff, or at least enough variety between it?
Not really, I would have to say. They kind of played it safe with a lot of the titles.
Sure.
This go around. So, but I mean, I do personally like the Wii U. I'm not gonna stand here and say it's not good enough. I do enjoy the console.
I mean, it has a lot of redeeming factors and even appeal points, but I feel like it's such a far-fetched idea for a lot of people who are looking at it. Even if they're previous Nintendo fans, they see some of the setbacks and they wonder, is this really something I want to drop a paycheck on?
Yeah. Yeah, and the only answer to that is to really just look at the library of games. Because some people can look at the library of games and probably think it's the best thing in the world. Mm-hmm. And then some people like I don't know. I mean, you seem like this, where you look at it and you don't really think there's too much there that you really want to dig into.
Well, I would love to, but there hasn't been a price cut, like at least a legitimate price cut, since the thing launched.
That's weird. When does Nintendo usually start doing that, the price cut? I remember back in the day, the GameCube got one pretty late. It was like 2005 or so, where it was like $99.
Yeah, I never felt like I spent that much on it anyway. I had it pretty early on. But in general, Wii consoles, Nintendo consoles, yeah, it's for Wii. But Nintendo consoles have generally felt like they hit the mark for that affordable market. Like they really knew their market and they rolled with it and they did well because of it. Do you feel like the Wii U is sort of missing that mark?
I feel like it is, and I feel like it's the controller's fault.
Yeah, it
It's all
is.
blaming the controller here. Thing's pretty much a tablet. I
Hmm.
feel like if the controller wasn't as, expensive to produce, it could be a bit cheaper
Hmm.
to actually sell the console. So
So, what kind of potential that was, untapped, do you think they could have really ran with here, with that tablet controller and, maybe innovation for new style games? And do you feel like they're still kind of trying to go for that? Maybe with games like Star Fox Zero or even some of the budget indie games out there?
I feel like they're trying, but I feel like they never really had the that idea in the first place. I feel like the Wii U was like an unfinished idea that no one really wrapped their heads around. And as much as I like the console, I for years I keep playing games and I've asked myself, does this justify the gamepad? And I don't think I've found the one that does. Like I found a few that have come close, but I don't think I've found the game that does because and people can say that about the Wii, but I feel like the Wii had its had like a full idea behind it, like way before launch, because I feel like the Wii was kind of, this is gonna be sound weird, was kind of an evolution of the Power Glove,
Hmm.
which was first motion gaming stuff, and I feel like went from there, went all the way up to like the bongo controllers on the GameCube, and then to the Wiimote. So that was kind of like an evolution thing that like Nintendo was slowly kind of like like working on for a bit, like these motion controllers. But this tablet controller, they never really did anything that really said, "Wow, that really needs to be a thing."
And I think the closest it's getting is with that gyro control, and that's even a feature in the 3DS for a couple of racing games and some games like that where you
Mm.
move around the tablet or whatever to make it work. And I feel like that's an evolution of like a driving arcade game where you're holding a wheel or something. And
Yeah,
clearly, I mean that's
I
what it
mean,
is. But they haven't even tapped that to the full extent either, and it just doesn't seem maybe like a comfortable means for a lot of people. So I mean, at least it seems like something they couldn't get used to, and that's what
yeah.
holds them back.
And I feel like the touchscreen comes in handy for some games. Definitely, like say, take Zombie U. Zombie U is a launch title. I find that game to be pretty good,
Hmm.
actually. But the touchscreen was good for like the inventory system in that game, and for Zelda Wind Waker, it's used for the inventory system, and it's pretty good for Kirby Rainbow Curse because you're drawing on a screen. And Mario Maker, you get tap the screen to play. But I don't really, beyond that, I don't really know what else they could do with it. The touchscreen.
You did say that they played it safe with this console. Do you feel like playing it safe is maybe not the best way to keep it going and to even bring in new fans,
I
or
feel like
even appeal to the old ones? Sorry to interrupt.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with playing it safe. I feel like they could have easily played it safe without the gamepad because I feel like they were trying to play it safe and also throw in a brand new, exciting gimmick. Because that's what sold the Wii. The Wii was new and exciting. Like the Wii wasn't playing it safe, and you can't have both ways. If they would have played it safe with say, normal controllers and, and a, I don't know whatever else, but if they would have had that gimmick in there and still played it safe, I feel like it would have felt closer to a modern console like a PS4 or an Xbox One. So
Okay, yeah, I mean, definitely, if they played it safe, it might have. I wish they did, but I mean, if they played it more safe with, I guess,
well,
bringing
I
in
feel
new
like
companies.
they played it safe with the software, but they tried so hard with the hardware that neither one match up, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we did spend a lot of time looking at why this thing might be flawed and why it's not exactly a beacon of hope for the Nintendo fan. What would you say are maybe some redeeming factors for it that might sell someone on the console, or just that are appreciable?
Definitely the first party games. That has to go on top of the list. The first party games are always going to be tremendous.
Okay.
I don't think I've played one that has been necessarily bad. I mean, I've played a few that are kind of underwhelming,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, there's some great ones out there. Pikmin 3, Mario 3D World or whatever, and all those fun titles.
Okay.
Mario, Smash Bros, Mario Kart. There's
Yeah,
going to be some great titles out there that you can't find anywhere else.
that's true. But again, it goes back to that price cut and it never happening. It's been $60. Every game in there has been almost $60, since the thing launched.
It's true.
So it's really tough
They're never
to
going up.
market that to at least the core Nintendo fan base. The most we're going to see is appeasement to the kids and the parents who are going to buy it for them.
Yeah, I don't think like I feel like this late in the console's life, there's no way for them to actually go back and kind of
Oh,
find a different
reprint
audience.
everything. Yeah, that too. But I mean, it's a small criticism. How about
Yeah.
some of those other things? I know it's backwards compatible with the Wii. Would you want to go into detail about that?
Yeah, there's a huge Wii library out there. You
Hmm.
can easily pick up some cheap Wii games. You could go to your local GameStop and pick up Wii games for $2 or $3 each.
Okay.
It's
I'm sorry. I just want to get more into the technical aspects. I know this thing controls with the tablet. Do you have to use the tablet, or can you just use the tablet to play your Wii games on the Wii U?
You can uh when the console launched, you didn't use the tablet at all. You just used the mote and stuff. And you went into like a separate Wii menu, and now you're actually able to go in and play on the gamepad as a screen. So that's kind of a cool feature that I don't really see a use for, but it's
How
there.
about for games that don't use the motion controls that are on the Wii? Would that work as, a good substitute?
I feel like it would, but that's not a thing you could do.
I don't understand. I mean, like, say you're playing a game that would control with the Classic Controller Pro. I mean, couldn't you just control that the same way on the Wii U? On the tablet?
Yeah, but that's not. I mean, you can't though. That's the sad part about it is that they don't allow you to do that.
So what do you
Um,
mean then that you can play some games on the
No,
tablet?
like you can use the tablet as the TV screen.
Oh, okay. Well, I think I get where you're coming at here.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's
Yeah.
weird. It's weird.
It
but,
is, huh?
But I don't know whoever thought like that would be a good idea, but that's a thing you can do. So
Okay, and can you just shut off the tablet controller while you're playing the Wii game, or does it have to be on? If you're just
whenever
playing
you
on the
play Wii
TV.
game, you have actually whenever you go to the Wii menu,
Hmm.
it gives you an option to either play just on the TV or play on the gamepad. So you can pick one or the other.
Okay. Yeah, that's nice. I guess you get that option. How about stuff like the Virtual Console and I guess even online applications and stuff? What can this thing do?
I feel like the eShop is a very strong point with the Wii U. I feel like what it lacks in third-party support, the eShop can kind of help. For one, the Virtual Console, while not as vast as the Wii's was, it's still getting some pretty cool titles, and you're also getting some Game Boy Advance and DS titles. So that's a cool way to play those on a home console, especially the DS games, because we have no way to play DS games on a home console. That's it's kind of cool.
Right.
And then also the indie games that come out on the eShop are also pretty good, depending. You gotta make sure you look at it. Look into them before you buy them. But usually, you can find some pretty good stuff on there for $10 or $15 each. So
Sure, there's a lot of good exclusive stuff coming out there, and I know it's a good platform for a lot of these new springing up companies. And even for the home console market, I feel like there is a sizable fan base out there that's not just sitting at home playing Steam. Nothing against people who do that, but I mean there's a market for each. So it's a good means for the companies to tap into a fan base. Now I know that a lot of games on the eShop or at least for the Wii U, can be a very good value, a lot less than their original, pricing point, or even that you'd find now on eBay or Amazon. Would you care to express maybe some deals that you found?
I've bought a few games on there. I bought Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker. I bought it for about $24
Okay.
on there, which is a pretty good deal for that. It's a home brand name. And I got a few games for free. Like whenever I bought Mario Kart 8, they gave me a download code for Mario U, so that was
Okay.
cool. And then outside of those, I bought like Darksiders 2 for like $15. So there's some pretty good deals you could find on the eShop.
Yeah, I saw that. You can also get the Metroid Prime trilogy and even games like
Oh yeah,
Earthbound and
oh yeah, this is a really good one, which really got me excited. Kirby's Return to Dreamland.
oh
on
right,
Wii.
yeah.
That game costs like $70 or $90 to find on disc. I bought it on there for $20.
That's something. Yeah, that's a great deal. And I mean, it's definitely enough to make someone if you're going to buy enough of games like that, digitally, then it probably would constitute buying the console. The one thing I personally, it grinds my gears a bit because, I bought a 3DS first. It seems like Nintendo seems to show more love to their Wii U fan base to, and kind of neglects the 3DS as a result. Do you feel any, does this kind of strike you as a thought, maybe?
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't thought about it till you brought that up because I also got a 3DS near the 3DS launch,
Hmm.
and I've played it for a bit, but in recent years I haven't really paid attention to it,
Hmm.
so I don't really know. Have they like neglected the
Well, the
3DS
thing
fans?
is, the library for the 3DS is still very strong, and it's even stronger, for that than the Wii U. It's more accessible for a lot of these new companies, and I feel like just in general, the 3DS fan base has been a lot larger than the Wii U. So what we see is Nintendo devoting more attention to creating those stellar Wii U titles, and as a result, we don't get that classic 3DS, stuff that
Yeah.
maybe we want to see. At least us 3DS fans out there.
Well,
It's just a personal, point of view because I don't have a Wii U, so it doesn't,
yeah.
I mean, it kind of affects me as the consumer a little more.
It makes sense though because they already made so much money off the 3DS and they're making so much money off off the amiibos. They're trying
Uh-huh.
to focus their energy on what's not making too much money, which is the Wii U.
Yeah, they want to
So
save it, right?
yeah, so like it makes sense on the business part to actually kind of ignore everything else. Well, except for amiibos, they're still putting amiibos out like crazy.
Oh,
But
people will buy those. You don't even have to have a Wii U to buy an amiibo.
oh man, I'm not super crazy about amiibos. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I just got my Olimar
I
in,
know
and
you're.
yeah, so
I mean, I know you like them, but I'm not.
no,
You know,
it's
nothing
hard.
really against amiibos. I just don't see a point, which is kind of ironic because I play with Skylanders, so it's like those toys are dumb, but my toys are good.
Yeah. So would you say this thing is consumer friendly?
Define consumer friendly.
Um, I let's see. Now I can't. But I guess is this something that's approachable for the middle class video game purchaser?
I feel like right now it could be like out of the three current consoles, wouldn't it be the cheapest? Wouldn't it be the
Yeah, and if you go to the Nintendo website, you can get the thing refurbished for with Nintendo Land for about $200 in shipping. So
That's not a bad deal.
it's not. It's pretty good, but it's still not as low as I'd like to see it.
Yeah.
That's just I don't know. I mean, it's just because of having grown through the past several generations of games and game consoles that I mean, I look at it like, oh, this is a bit of an investment. I could really channel that into something else, and then now I'm going to be buying new games. So I mean, for me personally, being a low middle class wage earner, I see it as a bit tougher to get into, and like I said before, that kind of goes against the reputation that Nintendo has built for themselves. Even the 3DS, it felt like a bit more accessible, and even the new games go for like $40, $30. So it is easier to get into that as opposed to the Wii
It
U.
is. See, I would totally advise, but say you don't have a Wii U or 3DS, I would say get a 3DS hands down before you get a Wii U, because
Hmm.
there's so much better games. There's so much more you have on your 3DS, but also with that, I think the Wii U has its own little handful of experiences that you can kind of get behind. So really, it's up to the consumer, which one they're more into, which
Yeah,
one they wanna.
definitely. It's each one has its ups and downs, and the Wii U has perks. Like it will reward you in certain ways, with those deals on the eShop and general just getting experience those Nintendo games with HD flair. It does have a lot going for it, and it does make me jealous. It makes me want to check it out, but it also makes me like upset that I can't buy it. So.
But I don't know. I don't know.
If anything, that does give us a good topic for future video: 3DS versus Wii U.
Yeah, that is a good topic because I feel like they both have their weak points and their strong points.
Sure.
So,
A buyer's guide.
buyers. So, I don't know. Anything else you want to touch upon?
I feel like
Anything
we
else?
hit the nails on the head. If you're going to advise buying a Wii U for one game, what's that one game?
It's hard to say.
Two
Can I do
games.
3 games?
3 games.
3 games, okay. Because so because the two that like came to mind at the exact same time are Pikmin 3 and Smash, because I feel like both those are really strong titles.
Okay.
And maybe a little biased, but those are those are really good. And also, I would 3 would probably be Mario Kart. and
Okay.
that sounds like I'm playing it safe with Smash and Mario Kart, but they're just really that good.
I know they
And
really do look that good, and I mean, course variety, and I guess the multiplayer action, even online, those are strong components for those games. And
like
even
even at that,
Pikmin
there's like
3 is just such a different experience from your typical game. That's definitely got to be something worth checking out. And that does use the tablet in some effect,
uh,
right?
well, like and like even at that, like other games that I can't forget about, like say like Splatoon. That game's amazing.
Hmm.
I find that game to be so much fun. And I take for example Mario Maker, which I just reviewed.
Right.
Uh, I think it's pretty good. I don't know if it's a system seller, but I feel like if you have the console, it's something you could definitely get behind and play. And next month I'm gonna pick up Yoshi's Woolly World.
Right.
So, so I don't know. I
Definitely.
feel like
And
there's some pretty good experiences there.
yeah, even for not owning the console, there's a lot of games I just watch and I'm like, wow, that looks like a lot of fun. That would be awesome to get to play. And I think some of the things that are really selling me right now on the console, one was Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. I thought it looked really good, and I mean, I did play a little bit of Returns. I had a pretty good time with it. Um, but Tropical Freeze just looks amazing. The trailer, the way they made that trailer was just it looked phenomenal. So.
Tropical Freeze is a good game.
Hmm.
It's not my least favorite country game. I know I said in the country review that like I don't dig it that much. I still like it better than Country 3. I think Country
Sure.
3 is the worst. But Tropical Freeze is a pretty great like 2D platformer that actually has music composed by what's his name David Wise or whatever, who did the music for the original country game. So it's pretty great.
Yeah, definitely. A second one, which hasn't come out yet, it's coming out later, either this year or sometime early next year, is Fast Racing Neo, which is like a spiritual successor to F-Zero with kind of like Wipeout style controls. We don't really know much about it yet, but it looks pretty close, and I think that's what's going to sell me on the console.
I'm excited for was it it's called Freedom Planet. It's like
Okay.
it's like an indie game, and it looks a lot like classic Sonic because
Hmm.
it started out as a fan made classic Sonic game, but it kind of evolved into its own series or something. So it's coming to Wii U soon, so that's something I'm definitely going to look into.
Nice, and there
And
is a good indie selection there. Even
yeah, it
that
will.
Fast Racing Neo game is, a company of 6 people.
Yeah, and like Shovel Knight's getting a disc release next month, which I'm also going to pick up. Or no, hold on, I think it's in November, but still, it's getting and an amiibo. I mean, there's going to be a Shovel Knight amiibo. That's pretty
That's pretty
sweet.
cool. Yeah.
So,
So you're gonna start the amiibo collection?
you know what? I have one. I
That's
have.
that's enough.
So I don't know. I've been debating that like Pac-Man because I do love me some Pac-Man. So I see that little classic Pac-Man figure and I'm like, oh man, I kind of want that.
Hey, he gives you the thumbs up. So.
But I don't know what else. I don't even I don't know because I don't think they've had a game that has really justified me buying any amiibos. Because the thing with it is this kind of going off subject because because now we're talking about amiibos, but
Yeah.
but it does wrap in with the Wii U. I don't feel like they've made that game that has taken advantage of them like I hope. I want like a Skylanders game, but like with like Mario characters.
Sure. I mean, they really haven't tapped into the practicality of them, but they just look so cool. And I mean, this is kind of a cross-examination here, which is totally fine. I mean, we're taking full liberty here to speak on an array of subjects, but I mean, that's what makes this console interesting is there's so much to talk about. And even if it does have its flaws, I mean, it does some things really well, like just asserting its identity.
Well, hey Teddy,
Yes.
do you know what comes out in November?
Enlighten me.
Snoopy's Grand Adventure.
Oh my god, that's it. He better get an amiibo.
No, I'm gonna no like that game comes out. I was looking up like brand new Wii U games that's coming out the other night, and that like Peanuts movie comes out in November.
Nice. Oh, so
So
that'll be a good
yes,
tie-in.
so Snoopy's Grand Adventure. I'm gonna pick it up. Hopefully, it's not terrible.
Snoopy goes to Hollywood.
Oh no, Snoopy goes to Hollywood.
Yeah, Snoopy goes to Bollywood and takes over. Anyways, I think we'll call it a wrap here. That's it for the Wii U cross
Let's
examination.
talk about the Wii U.
Yeah, that's that Wii U. That's it. That was the question, right?
So
What? No, the question. What's really good with that Wii U? So let's just sum it up real quick. What do you think?
I think the Wii U is worth it, but you got to make sure you know what you're buying it for.
Okay.
You can't go into it blindly. You have to make sure you know what know there's at least 5 or 10 games you want to play, and I think that might be worth it.
Okay.
So,
Definitely. That's a good point right there. Is just know that it's going to be worth it for you in the end.
all right, Teddy. Well,
All right, Alex, this was a good discussion. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let us know what you thought in the comments, and we will see you all in the Turbo Zone.
Troubles are on.
Turbo Zone!
All
All
right, see
right.
ya.
Yep, see you.
Turbo Zone.